The whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin', What's going on, guys? It's Zirksee coming at you today with another YouTube video, and today I'm going to be going over my level master predictions. Now, I did already go over my team captain predictions as well as the MUT master predictions. We will be getting some Madden 22 Ultimate Team news at the beginning of August, so I want to get these out now before we actually get all the news. So let me know down below what you guys think we will see for the level master, for the team captains, for the MUT master. Go check out all of those videos, and we've got a lot of Madden 22 news coming out very soon. Now, I do need to give a shout out to Trey Pugh for being a part of the Noti Gang. If you guys want a chance to be shout out in the next video, drop a like in the vid. Make sure you guys are subbed to the channel, turn notification bell on, and comment down below, Noti Gang. Now, I do want to go over the level master for the last couple of years here because it's actually interesting to see the path they have taken with the level masters. Now, to be honest, we could actually see a level master at a different position that we have not yet seen, and I'll get into that. But for this year, of course, we had Andre Johnson. So again, kind of similar to, team captains. They don't always necessarily give us the most hyped up player. I will say a couple of years ago, there is one exception to that, I will say. But Andre Johnson, is a player we wanted to see, is I would say decently wanted card. Towards the end of the year, this card is actually really good. Like when he got his stats up really good. Beginning of the game, he was just like a solid player to have out there. Never going to be, the Calvin, the Randy Mosses. You're not going to get those guys with Level Master. But we had Andre Johnson in Madden 21. It was a solid card, good at run blocking. It was solid. In Madden 20, we had another wide receiver, and this time we had Tori Holds, which this card actually, if I go ahead and level this up here to 99 overall, this card was actually pretty good, like 97 speed, 97 excel. He had really good route running. I actually really liked Tori Holt. Like this card, especially at the end of the year, could really be on basically everybody's team in their top 3 wide receivers. If you really didn't want to spend the coins and going out to get, a golden ticket wide receiver, whatever, Tori Holt was good. In Madden 19, though, we had a running back in Ricky Williams, which he had 97 speed, 97 acceleration, had some pretty good stats. I think, though, with the running back position, I wasn't a big fan of them giving it to a running back just because, like, when you have a, competitive running back, do you really want to go out and spend the coins when you already have a running back that's good enough? I much rather would have a wide receiver because that way at least you have a wide receiver for the level master. There's 3 starting wide receivers, so you still feel like you're obligated to, keep them on your team, and that's the only player you're ever going to have in the position because a wide receiver, there's 2 other guys. With the running back, I didn't really want to go out and buy another running back because I already had a pretty good running back there. But Ricky Williams, a decent name, I would say. And finally, in Madden 18, guys, we actually had Ladainian Thomas. Now, unfortunately, my head doesn't have the Madden 18 database anymore, so I can't show you that. But we had 2 running backs, followed by 2 wide receivers. So, do you guys think they're going to change it up now? Will we get a completely different position, or will they go with a running back and a wide receiver, or a wide receiver, say? Will they go with either a running back or a wide receiver again, or will they completely switch it up and go with something different? Who knows? But it has been offense every year as well. So with that being said, I have 5 predictions. I have 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and 1 other player. Let's get into it. And like I said as well with these level masters, you can kind of notice the trend. They don't necessarily want to give you the most sought after cards in the game like Randy Moss, those guys. Ladainian Thomas, though, I will say, is a pretty big name. Like, LT, a lot of people like to get him. But for wide receiver, I think someone that fits kind of right in that category there with Andre Johnson is Marvin Harrison. Now, maybe Marvin is slightly above him. I would say he's pretty similar to Tori Holds. I personally really like Marvin Harrison cards. He's only 6 feet tall, but he is really good. In the slot is where I really like to run him. Has good route running. Doesn't always necessarily have the best catch in traffic, whatever, but he does tend to have some pretty good speed after the catchability, good route running. I like Marvin Harrison cards. And as well, if they gave one to Tori Holds, I think it makes sense they could actually give one to Isaac Bruce, which I gotta say, I loved this Isaac Bruce card. Actually, the combination of Isaac Bruce and Marvin Harrison for a while was really good for me. And again, if they gave one to Tori, I don't see why they couldn't give it to Isaac, who as well is a 6'5" 8-foot-tall receiver, a little bit slower, you know, than Marvin Harrison, so maybe you would rather have Marvin so you get that slightly faster there. But Isaac Bruce is the better catch and traffic receiver, possession receiver, I guess you should say there. After the catch as well, had some decent after catch, 95 juke move, 96 carrying, 91 break tackle. He could actually run block though, with a 64 run block and 60 impact block. So for the wide receivers, I think Marvin and Isaac Bruce kind of make sense here. You know, we had Tori Holds, we had Andre Johnson. I think they fit in well there. As for the running backs, I'm going to let you guys know right now, I have one player that I think will be super hyped to see, kind of on that Ladainian Tomlinson level, potentially even above it, to be completely honest with you guys, but they did Ladainian Tomlinson, so I'm going to give one more hype player. Emmitt Smith is not that guy I'm referring to, but Emmitt Smith here is, I will say, probably a mid-tier, like, legend, whatever, when he comes out, because the cards are never that great. And I'm a Cowboys fan saying this. The cards just are never that great. I've tried to use Emmitt. He's never really a super fast running back. He's never the biggest trucking back. He's never the most elusive running back. He's just kind of like a balanced one. And this is one that I could see EA doing if they don't necessarily want to give us a big name, although Emmitt is a big name necessarily. He's not a very sought-after card. Still has that name value to him though, and I think they could potentially do this one. Also, he wasn't in Madden 21, so maybe they just want to bring him back as a level master for 22. And if you guys have been watching my other, like, master predictions, maybe you've potentially seen this guy in there as well, but I really just want to see him in the game, and I think level master for Walter Payton would be so awesome to see him back as a level master. Obviously, it's Walter Payton. He's a huge name for running backs, right up there, I would say, with Barry Sanders, Bo Jackson. Definitely very sought after. I think that maybe he's too big of a name, but this is just kind of me going on a limb and saying, you know, they gave one to Ladainian Thompson, who's a pretty sought-after name as well. I don't think LT's on that level of Bo, Barry, Walter Payton, but I would love to see Walter. And this one is just completely out of the blue here, but Cam Chancellor, if they decide to switch it up, like I said, they did 2 running backs, they did 2 wide receivers, will they now switch it up and go to defense with the level master? If they did that, I think the perfect person would be Cam Chancellor. Give us all a very good user safety, someone that's going to be able to lay the boom, get some hit sticks out there. Not necessarily always the fastest safety. His cards this year, Madden 21, were actually pretty good with his speed, and of course he's a 6'3" safety. I do have one other honorable mention I just want to put in here because I just love the card so much every time he comes out every single year. I think he's probably too big of a name. Maybe Cam Chancellor is as well, but Julius Peppers. I just love Julius Peppers cards. I would love to see Julius Peppers on everyone's team available as a quarterback spy, whatever. That'd be amazing, but I think I would rather go with Cam to have that incredible user and have him there. Maybe he's too big of a name, but you guys let me know down below. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video though, and if you did, make sure you guys drop a like in the video, and of course hit that sub button down below. Those are my level master predictions for Madden 22. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time.